Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are up here in Northwest Arkansas. Me and my buddy are about to hit up the Bentonville mountain bike trails, and we decided to take the camper up this time. Normally we were in an Airbnb, but they've gotten so expensive. So for 130 bucks, we're here for 5 nights at Prairie Creek Campground, just east of Bentonville. I think it's in the northeast corner of Rogers. But I decided to take the camera and do like an impulsive camp tour. So I want to show you how I've got the camp set up, and then I also want to show you some things that I'm planning on installing in the future and some things that I've noticed with some of the things I've been using in the past that have caused some damage. So let's get into today's video. So before we go inside, I want to walk around the camper and kind of show you what I got going on. This is my outdoor kitchen. I've got my cook partner stove right here that slides in there. This closes up, kind of put some foods out in here, and this slides into the camper when we're ready to go. It's worked out really well. We really don't like cooking inside, so if you're interested in this, I've got a whole video breaking down the measurements, what materials I use, and I'll have that in the description down below in case you're interested. So I've been using this Trashnato tire bag for about 2.5 years now. Originally, I started using it to hold like kindling or smaller firewood, and then I saw a little bit of separation inside on the dinette and the couch. And so then I switched over to carrying my water hose, my solar panel wiring, and then my 30 amp plug and my surge protector. And even with that reduced weight, I noticed that the separation has actually gotten worse. So this is gonna be the last trip that I actually use this Trashnato trash bag to carry anything. I'll be taking it off, and I'll actually be putting it on the truck tailgate to carry those things as well. One of the things that I like to do, and again, I don't use the water hose a lot, but I've got quick disconnects going right here on the camper. It's got a 90, because I don't like I think the 90 conserves the integrity of this fitting. And then I have a quick disconnect down here. And then I have a Y fitting for my water. If you want to do something there, turn that on. And then I have quick disconnect. So the only thing that I'm screwing in is the main connection to the water, and all these are quick disconnect. The other thing that it does is when you pack up, you take the male and female and you link them together, and you don't get any water spilling out wherever you store them. Could be in the back of your truck, could be inside the camper. So it's a nice little feature to have, the quick disconnect. Plus it's easier. I know there's a bunch of different methods on holding your gray water. I just use a 5-gallon bucket, and I have it hooked up to my combined shower and sink drain. If you're interested on that, I've got a video breaking down how I installed that, the materials and whatnot. My shower and my sink are now combined into one drain. I'm also able to use a 4-inch sewer hose connected to like full hookup, which is really nice. And then also to my drain for my sink. It actually works. So I installed these jerry can holders a couple years ago, and if you want to check out my full mods video, I'll have the links down below for that video. But one of the things that's happening is it's getting pitting from the rocks and stuff coming up from my tires. And so I think this winter maybe I'm going to come up with a different system, maybe like, you know, sand this down and do like a rhino lining or something. But the last 2 seasons I've had to sand this down and respray it, and it's just not working. Any kind of little rocks or chips coming up from the rear tires of the truck, it's just destroying it. Let's turn it off real quick. All right, I just turned off the AC, so we got to knock this out pretty quick. It is hot out here. It's like 92 degrees. In one of the last videos, I installed one of these ceiling hanger lockers. This is just a shoe rack that I got off Amazon. Again, I'll have this video linked down in the description. A lot of these mods and things that I've done to this camper the last 2 or 3 years, I've got videos on my channel. But one of the things that I just added for this trip was USB LED light strip that's magnetic. It sticks to this bar that I have the fan on. If you haven't seen the video already, I pulled out the manufacturer 12-volt connection, and I installed this USB. I've got 2 on each side, so 2 over here and 2 over there. It's kind of the best thing that I've done to this camper out of all the mods. Very simple. I got these off eTrailer. It's really nice because now I can turn off all the cabin lights, lay in bed, and when I'm ready to turn off the last light, I've got a switch right here. So that's a nice little convenient. I got the light off Amazon. I'll have all this in the description down below for links to the videos and to the LED lights if you're interested. So you gotta love these campers. You know, they're made together with 2x4s and brad nails and some people that probably didn't graduate from high school, but it is what it is. Showed up today and my light strip on my awning did not work. And I couldn't figure out why. Thanks to the good Facebook groups, I found out what might cause it, and probably what happened is it got pinched when using these support bars. You know, you got 2 support bars that you caddy corner in case this roof ever came down. And I think I've been sliding it up there and I pinched it. And sure enough, the wires are snapped. And so my buddy's coming today. He's gonna bring some tools, so I'll get that light back up and working. But if you are not a DIY handy person and don't like working on things, do not buy one of these. Seriously, do not buy one of these. I don't love working on things, but ever since I got this thing, I've literally had to rewire, upgrade, modify to make things more efficient, make it work. So it is what it is. So here's the couch, and this is the back wall where here's actually the bolts where the tire hanger is hanging on right here. And this is where you can see the separation. And it's probably at the biggest gap, it's probably a little less than 1/4 of an inch, but it is separating. That black gap right there shouldn't be there. That should be tied into the couch. Same thing over here on the dinette. It's not as bad, but you can see the gap. So again, I will no longer be using the Trashnato bag on the back of the spare wheel. So I'm looking at the heater right here. Am I the only one, when I show up to camp, this thing is always loose? I mean, every single time. Sometimes it's fallen off completely. It's just got 2 little screws that are held in through sheet metal. So comment down below if I'm the only one with this crazy issue. Sorry guys, I had to turn the AC back on. It got too hot. Let's talk about some of the things that I'm gonna do in the future. One of the things that I'm gonna get ready for next winter is putting underbelly heat pads on the water tank and any kind of exposed plumbing. I do a ton of winter camping. There has been nights where it gets down to 15, 20 degrees and things will freeze. So I want to incorporate some kind of heating pads with the on-off switch that I can only turn on to get it above 32, turn them back off to conserve my battery because I am boondocking at that point. The other thing I've got planned is I want to do underbelly lights, 3 or 4 on the door side and probably 1 on the plumbing, water, and electrical side. And the reason behind this is I love the awning light, but I only use that for like prepping for dinner, eating dinner, and then when the night's kind of winding down and we're chilling by the fire, I just turn it off. And so I think the ambiance lighting underneath the camper, like I said, 2 on this side, 4 on this side, something enough to see where you're walking, but nothing blaring. And so that's something that's I've seen around the Facebook groups that I think is pretty cool. So I'm gonna probably add one of those. But if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I push out a decent amount of pop-up modifications and camping videos. I also got a ton of other hobbies. I'm interested in poker, woodworking, mountain biking. That's why we're out here today. So if you haven't, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video. It's time for another drink. It's too hot.